Dan Rather, HD Net News. This is your Rather Report. Man, is it hot?
How hot is it?
It is so hot, Rupert Murdoch pied himself. It is so hot, people were standing next to Rupert Murdoch's wife so that when she swings and misses, they'd get a cool breeze. That's all the ones I've got for today. We'll keep this one brief.
That's fine.
Big news in New York. A brothel in Brooklyn busted by the boys in blue yesterday. And the cops say that nearly 25 women were being used in the business of pleasure. You see, even the cops are working against Obama and shutting down the only job creation this president has ever seen. The White House called the cops and asked if they could hold off on the bus for a couple of weeks so that wouldn't count against the July unemployment numbers. Let's get into this Michelle Bachmann story. The story this week is about her migraine headaches. The Minnesota Congresswoman has had to face down charges that her migraines have been debilitating and made her miss work on occasion. By the way, I'd like to clear this stuff up. This always gets blamed on the so-called liberal media. The media originating this is the Daily Caller, which is Tucker Carlson's website. You remember Tucker? He was that tool on CNN who used to wear a bow tie. Ow. See, just remembering Tucker Carlson has given me a migraine. Let me see if I can get to this clip here. This is how Michelle Bachmann, the representative from the great state of Minnesota, describes her migraines and how it's really not a problem here. Let's see if I can get her going.
Control. But I'd like to be abundantly clear. My ability to function effectively will not affect my ability to serve as Commander-in-Chief.
I double dog dare you to even diagram that sentence. I'm getting a migraine just trying to figure out exactly.
That again.
I can't play it again. I'm sorry, because the migraines are affecting me at this point. Getting a killer headache just trying to follow that. Ow. Doctors say there are any number of reasons why one might get a migraine headache. For example, trying for years and years to get the image of your husband making out with another dude out of your head probably would give you an unbelievably killer headache. Also, watching your husband linger over websites featuring endless pictures of Brad Pitt might make you have a killer headache. So once the story was published by the Daily Caller, other journalists wanted to ask Michelle Bachmann whether or not she had missed work due to migraine headaches. Brian Ross of ABC News, who you've heard here on the Brad and Britt Show, approached Mrs. Bachmann and asked her questions down in South Carolina. She was unresponsive. When he pressed her for an answer, a couple of Bachmann's security grabbed him and forcibly kept him away from Congresswoman Bachmann. Now, let's see if we can get Brian Ross in here to explain exactly what happened to him down in South Carolina. This is him appearing on the O'Reilly Factor, giving his side of the story here. Let's see if we can get
with you. Well, in this case, this Congresswoman's security were actually on her. I was
see, they even stopped him from
closer
talking.
than 10 or 12 feet to her. It was.
It's terrible how they're trying to shut this man up. They're even approaching him on the set and struggling down
people
to the
around
ground.
her. I don't think she even knew what was going on. Who recognized me, came up and identified themselves as with the staff, said they knew who I was, and the blocking was all about me. Other cameramen, other reporters were allowed to get close.
Why would they want to do that? I mean,
because I didn't. She read a statement about the migraines. They're more than headaches, Bill. They're migraines, which can be very, very serious and put people out of action. And my question was based on reporting that we had done and the other media had done, was she may have missed some votes. The headaches were migraines were so severe.
So let me get this straight. A couple of guys down in South Carolina grappled with you a little bit because you had an altercation, if you will, tried to ask Michelle Bachmann some questions. Oh, Paul Whittle-Blind. Let me tell you something, Brian Ross. Until you had Mayor Daley's thugs hand you your teeth, you ain't squat. Until you've spent a couple of days in a Chicago hotel room wondering if your kidneys would ever function again, Brian, don't come crying to me about a couple of two-bit goons down in South Carolina.
Dan, looks like we got a couple of thugs down there.
Well, either arrest, see, that gives me flashbacks right there. Even you saying that gives me flashbacks to 68. I don't like it. Grow a set, Brian Ross. Today's celebrity birthdays. Ken Starr, the publisher of Penthouse, turning, 65 years old today. Cat Stevens, the man who changed his name after he adopted Islam. His new name is Barack Hussein Obama. He's 63 years old today. Gary Trudeau, the former Prime Minister of Canada, turning 63 years old today. And Robin Williams, that great composer who gave us the Star Wars theme and the Superman theme, he is turning 60 years old today. And we are 549 days from Barack Hussein Obama leaving the White House and heading back to the political cesspool that is Chicago, Illinois. Dan Rather, HDNet News. Buy gold, courage.